everybody, welcome to another Deck Tech here on the official MTG Arena YouTube channel. My name is CoreyBMTG, and today I'm going to be bringing you a historic Deck Tech with Mono Green Devotion. This deck is really exciting, so let's get into it. So Mono Green Devotion is a deck that you have seen plenty of times if you have been keeping up with Pioneer at all in the last couple years. So Mono Green Devotion is trying to assemble a bunch of devotion with cards like Leyline of Abundance and then use that devotion for Nykthos to gain a ton of mana. You use all that mana to cast a really powerful over-the-top spell, Storm the Festival, to get 2 really juicy targets. Then you use all those cards, including one of the new additions, Key to the Archive. You use that spellbook to gain access to a ton of different cards that you wouldn't normally have to close out the game. But none of that can be made possible without the mana creatures involved in this deck. First, it comes to Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elf, and Paradise Druid. This is really what makes the deck tick. You want to be having an Elf on turn 1, you want to be having Paradise Druid on turn 2, because you know what? This format is extremely fast, way faster than Pioneer. There is so many things going on in Historic that really close games out extremely quickly. This is closer to a turn 3, turn 4 format. So if you're just going turn 2 Paradise Druid without a Leyline or something like that, it's probably not enough. Then we're gonna be moving on to the 3 drops. These are gonna be really familiar to you if you've seen other devotion lists in the past. It's gonna be Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner, and Old Growth Troll. Both of these cards work extremely well with Nykthos, Shrine of Nyx here, which is really the relatively new card that got added to Historic, which is really giving this deck kind of a shot in the arm and bringing it really to the competitive scene rather quickly. So Kiora being able to untap Nykthos becomes really excellent, as well as just playing Old Growth Troll to be able to draw a card off Kiora and add 3 pips of devotion. Next up, we got Leyline of Abundance. Now, this is a card that was in the Pioneer list right when Pioneer became created, and it was one of the most powerful things that you could really do. Leyline of Abundance and Walking Ballista both got banned pretty early from those lists. Rest in peace, you beautiful cards. But it was for good reason. Both of those cards were absolutely broken, and we're allowed to play Leyline of Abundance here. So I mean, just look at this card. The main thing is whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional 1. So if you're able to put this into play on turn 0 and then play Llanowar Elf, turn 2, you can play some of the powerful 4 drops we have in the deck. So that's the main thing you want to be doing. Now, of course, this is a format with a ton of interaction. So for that to happen all the time, you know, isn't super likely. But some of the other popular play lines would be just turn 2 Paradise Druid with Leyline of Abundance in play, and then just turn 3 Cavalier. That ends up being a lot more common since Paradise Druid can't be killed. Then we're gonna go into Key of the Archive. Now, this is a card that we were talking about a little bit earlier, but it's the new addition as far as the alchemy specific style cards that have been rebalanced, created in such a way that this deck can only be played in Historic or Alchemy. Well, that's because we have a spellbook. So naturally, the spellbook gives us 3 random cards out of a pool of 15 of them. Now, some of them are much better than the others, and some of them, you know, you really won't even go for. You know, there's like Krosan Grip, you know, that's maybe not necessarily great, but if you can ever get Time Warp with this, I mean, that is one of the most busted things you can be doing in one of these styles of decks. Just be able to untap Key to the Archive with Kiora immediately and then just take an extra turn. Something like that is the ceiling on this deck, and something that ends up being really busted. Then we're going to talk about Karn, the Great Creator, everyone's robot overlord here, being able to search up cards even in best of 1. Yes, we're going to be playing best of 1 here, but we're still going to get access to a sideboard, so we have quite the big advantage on other Historic decks that, well, don't get to play with a sideboard. So let's talk about these Karn targets. First, we have Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle is excellent against dealing with any kind of planeswalkers that might be starting to get out of control. Doesn't come up a ton, maybe one of the least used ones that I use, But speaking of one of the most used cards that we have, Liquid Metal Coating. This is another card that is no longer really allowed to be paired with Karn in pretty much any format. Liquid Metal Coating is able to turn your opponent's lands into artifacts, and then Karn can tick up, destroy those artifacts, or you can just make something with activated abilities an artifact and turn it off for the turn, let's say at your opponent's upkeep. Liquid Metal Coating is excellent. Next up, we got the Filigree Silex. Probably butchered that name, so sorry to the Silex. But this is our Ratchet Bomb impression. If you have a board state with a bunch of tokens kind of going crazy, Filigree Silex is excellent to just play it, have a Wrath effect available for all those 0 drops or tokens, and then just move on with your day. You can, of course, also tick it up and maybe deal with a board that has a bunch of 1 drops, 2 drops, maybe like elves or something like that. Pestilence Cauldron is a very familiar one that we're gonna know. You are just casting the backside of Pestilence Cauldron, just Restorative Burst, to be able to return some stuff from your graveyard, maybe return Storm the Festival if you've generated a ton of mana, and start activating that or casting that card once again. Then we go into the big mean artifacts, starting off with the boat. Sky Sovereign Council Flagship, being able to be probably one of the most common targets because it naturally goes 4 into 5. Being able to go Karn, tick for Sky Sovereign, then even if Karn dies, you have a nice thing to play the next turn. Ends up being exactly what you want to do with this. Next one we have is another new one that Pioneer doesn't really have, and that's Wormcoil Engine. If you're ever in a racing situation against a burn style deck and you drop the old worm on them, good luck. Wormcoil Engine is still a house. And speaking of a house, you can throw the whole city at your opponent with Cityscape Leveler to be able to destroy some really big, tricky to deal with permanents. 8 mana is a lot, and like I was saying, this format is really fast, so not the easiest thing to get done, but you know, it is still pretty sweet, so. All right, everyone, without any further ado, let's play some games. First game with Devotion here. And we got an interesting hand. No Leyline, anything to go absolutely crazy up against a Giganta deck, which could be pretty much anything. Still gonna keep. We got a turn 1 elf. We got a druid. We got keys to hopefully find some goodies and Storm the Festival to go over the top. So this is a perfectly good hand. It's not busted with Leyline, but still pretty good. Okay. Okay. Blue-red. I'm guessing a deck with a lot of removal spells. Yep. That's why we play Paradise Druid, because it just can't be killed, which ends up being huge. Nykthos off the top is excellent. Any 4th land so that we can play Key next turn, like no matter what, is going to be great. Or Karn. We'll make that choice. All right, what you got? There is blue-red wizard style decks that's really aggressive. That's this, yep. Balmor, they play Reckless Charge. This deck ends up being sweet. Okay, I just think we want mana here, and Key to the Archive is way too sweet, so let's do some drafting of a spellbook. We even got a great card to discard. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Yeah, now they can kill it, unfortunately. But we still have 5 mana. Electrolyze, Putrefy, and that is a 1/3, I believe. Or Demonic Tutor. I think Putrefy sounds pretty good to me. Okay. We'll get rid of one of these Karns. Then we'll say go. Now, Key to the Archive, it doesn't work where you can just cast it for any mana. You do have to use the mana, but this adds 2 mana of any combination, so you can cast it off that. Plus, we only need 1 black to actually cast it, so. All right, there's that. Balmor is much better once they have other stuff going on with it. Other creatures to pump. Expressive Iteration, another card that's not quite banned in this format. Pretty much this and Modern is the only ones left. Okay, Symmetry Mage, very strong. And Wizard's Lightning. Okay. Yeah, this deck kills quick. So we need to do something big. Really needed a land there. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Maybe we just have to putrefy? Just so we don't die? I think that might be the case. Hope to top deck a land next turn for Storm. Symmetry Sage is another one that got a boost. And ends up being a really good card. Don't have Reckless Charge, please. That would be scary. Okay, Gigantha's fine. I'll take no damage. Okay, Cavalier is great. Let's go. Now we got a big blocker. We got another land. And we'll say go. Okay, what you got? Now it becomes a lot easier for us now that we just have some defense. They still have 2 attackers, which gets scary. They can just, you know, boost up both of these attackers and attack through with a ton of damage. But if they didn't do that last turn, I'm less afraid. And then next turn, we might be storming. All right. I gotta read that one. That is a new one. Current 4. Okay. That's scary. Well, I have 1 block or I die immediately. All right. That dealt a lot of damage. Wow. Okay. Now what can we do? Well, this Old Girl Troll is basically free because of all this mana we have with Nykthos. And then we can storm. That's the best we got. They only have Gigantha, so we know we're not dead on the spot, but here's a bunch of green mana. Storm thy festival. And that was not good. That was not good. Gotta leave this back so I don't die to any spell, but I'm dead to shock and stuff like that. Don't kill me. Uh-oh. That's not good. Don't kill me! Oh no! Oh no! They have so many looks at it. There's a wizard too? Yeah, so they can get Wizard's Lightning. I'm guessing I'm not dead if they're thinking this long. Or I'm super dead, one of the two. Those are the options. Okay. All right, now next turn to... Oh, yeah, okay. Next turn to get out of possibly being dead range. I can Karn for Pestilence Cauldron and return some stuff. That's probably what I'm going to do. Oh, all right. It's on, y'all. It's on. Okay, so we are going to have a turn. Let's start with Kiora. All right, green, green. Green. Let's untap. And we haven't played a land, so we can just add more mana here. All right, Karn. Add more mana by just getting another Nykthos from our graveyard. All right, let's get this. Add more green. This is 5. Restorative Burst. I think I want Kiora and Nykthos. I just want to get more mana. Then we'll play Kiora. Legend this out. Untap this. Add more. Now we can storm. Okay, we got 2 great hits here. Okay, yes, another Nykthos. That's perfect. We still haven't played a land yet, remember? We'll keep the new one, of course. Draw some cards. Okay. Now a lot of this stuff is going to be free, quote unquote, into So this is free to cast right away. All right. Now more green mana. 15. And we haven't even done this yet. Okay, so let's start with this. This essentially loses us 1 mana. Because 2 for devotion, but then this gets to tap. All right, 10. If I do 10, then I'm left with 3 mana and I can Nykthos again. So let's storm again. Okay, not amazing, but another Cavalier. All right. Here's another Forest. Get to draw another card. Okay. Now we can cast Old Growth Troll because it's free before we play Nykthos. Whenever I say it's free, it means that devotion will even out with the Nykthos we're about to play. All right, now we get to add 23 mana. Let's storm the festival once again. Karn and Key. Keep the new one. Time Warp. Let's get rid of this. Now, I want to restorative. All right, this is gonna be sick. I want to restorative blast because it goes to exile. I want to return Kiora and Kiora. All right, then I'm gonna play this. And then I'm going to use this to untap Key to add 2 blue. And I am going to use... And then I'm going to use that to Time Warp. To take the extra turn. And then attack in. And take the next turn and then just swing for lethal here. Wow. Okay, but wait, there's more. Now, I get to go for this. I get to go all the green, and we would have brought back Time Warp and cast it again. Holy cow, that was a sweet first game, y'all. Let's play another. All right, let's do it. All right, we're on the draw. With a decent hand, we do need a little bit of help, but even if they do not kill our elves, turn 2 Kiora would be excellent. Even if we don't have anything to follow with it, that was a great draw as well. Don't kill the elf. Don't kill the elf. Don't kill the elf. Don't kill the elf. Hooray! All right. Mimic, though. They're probably going to do some busted stuff. All right. So usually you want to start with Kiora, and then we'll get our Nykthos action going next turn. So let's do that. And we'll say go. We can also play Key next turn. Wow. Okay, we could go Key to the archive. Oh, it's not untapped. Yeah. Yeah, Key doesn't allow us to do anything too special next turn. Oh. Okay. Now we're just going to want to play a creature, I think. Yeah. So, we can go Old Growth Troll and then untap and play Paradise Druid. I like it. So this will draw off Kiora. Now we're going to untap. And then next turn is the turn. We go nuts with Nykthos. If they don't have anything too crazy. Oh, they're in trouble. Okay, so now we get to the point where Old Growth Troll is free again. I like to use that expression because it's 3 pips of devotion, costs 3 mana. It'll just help out Nykthos. So here's this. Now, green. Now we're going to untap. Now here's a fun little trick, y'all. Go into full control mode. Play Cavalier. Cast this. Now when it comes into play, you might hit a Nykthos off this. So you can draw the card first. But now, before Cavalier hits, add Nykthos. Just in case we find a Nykthos. Then we can go really crazy. Didn't find it, but the possibility was there. All right, so now 14 mana is what we have to work with. So we can go like this, and we can just cast a gigantic cityscape leveler. That sounds good to me. And we'll just, like, not try to win the game this turn or anything. We'll just do big stuff. Our most expensive thing, because why not? Leveler. Now we got a large thing. We'll destroy that. We'll get to draw a card when it comes into play. Oh, okay. That's scary. Collected Company is very scary. Who knows what they're going to hit? Historic is so wide open. We could be dead, for all I know. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. Get to kill our elves. Or at least one of them. What does this do? Oh, okay. Nothing too crazy. You get to exile the top if it's a goblin. Yeah, sure, whatever. Draw. Can't do anything else. And can't really attack because Pascalus Mon is larger than everything else. So just another defensive turn. And then we'll go nuts next turn once again. Wow, this deck is sweet, y'all. This deck is really sweet. This is one of the decks of all time. That expression gets me cracked up every time. Okay. I mean, that sucks. But to be fair, we can still get that off Karn. It's just an exile. Hanging out. Okay. We're going to want to try to do really large, impactful things, though. Because I am afraid. Especially afraid of that next turn. So, that's a mana ability, so I can't Pithing Needle it. So how about we just try to win the game instead? First, I'm going to start with Leyline's Binding here. And then we're going to see the power of Nykthos and Leyline's Binding combined. Alright, so add a bunch of mana. Now, what do we want to do with it first? I suppose we can key first. Yeah, let's key first. If we get Time Warp, the game's over. Okay. The game is absolutely over now. So now untap. Untap this. Blue. Time Warp. We'll get this. I don't even need to cast Kiora yet. Oh, I can't get that? Oh, plain. Oh yeah, of course you can't get that back. That's okay. But I can get it back with Cavalier if Cavalier dies. So that I will get in there with. I didn't play this turn perfectly. Yep, I'm cool with that. I think they're now realizing I then get Time Warp back. Okay. But I don't think they are realizing that they're going to die if they do not block things. 4, 5. Have the key already, so I can go like this. Once again, do this trick. Put in full control just to be safe. Add mana in case we find a Nykthos on top. Or nothing. Okay. Now tick up on their Power Stone. Blow that up. Then I want to just start killing these goblins. If I can. Alright, we'll start with this. This is free. Gonna be a lot of brain power being used on this. Okay, these are free as well, but untap here. Okay, get out of full control. Get this. I want to kill Pascalis Mon first before I play the elves. So let's go like this. And Karn and Karn back. $19 mana. Karn. Now we will take Leveler. And we'll kill Pascalis Mons. Deal with damage. Oh yeah, I can kill Kiora, but that's okay. We're gonna play another one anyways. Okay, yep, they have that. Now we play Kiora. Llanowar. Llanowar. Untap. More green. Karn. Karn. Negative for Cauldron. Now we can bring this back. We need a Karn. We might need two. Karn, Kiora. Karn, Kiora. Now we'll go like this. Untap. Green, green. Karn. Now we'll get back. I know it's going to kind of look like we're doing a loop, but I do have a purpose on this. So now we'll get back Karn and Karn. Yeah, Karn. All right. Now let's get Sky Sovereign. Blow this up. Now we'll get Karn. 5. I think we'll have to end our train here because if I Pestilence plus Kiora, that's just barely not enough. So we do have 8 mana, so I can just pump the team. Or I can get something that matters. We'll get this, but I do think I want to just pump the team and see what they can do. And we'll start getting in there. 3 hours later. All right, I guess my camera's in the way a little bit. We'll adjust this. There's just 2 elves under my camera for what it's worth. Okay. Who knows? They could kill me here. They really could. I don't know what is all in their deck. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm dead? That would suck. Wait, does this perpetually bring this back as a 3/3? Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow, we're gonna die now?
3 hours later.
And they're gonna deal infinite damage now, so I guess I lost. Dang! I guess there were things that we could have done, y'all, to make sure we didn't lose, but I just didn't think they had this kind of infinite combo from them. But I don't think I can do anything now. Yeah, they're just gonna deal infinite damage by doing this. I thought maybe they would deck before they did this, but nope, they're gonna have enough mana and they're gonna be able to deal me enough. I had to kill Mimic. I killed one of the correct creatures, but yeah, that's a bummer, y'all. Dang it. Oh yeah, y'all, this is a hand. We got Leyline, we have the elves, we have a payoff. This hand is awesome. I have pregame actions. A Leyline. Okay, let's do it. Now we got a Llanowar Elf to start. Now this Llanowar Elf adds 2. So we have 4 mana next turn, and they're just search for his canting. Okay, I mean, we can do 2 elves or Old Growth Troll plus elves. I want to just do 2 elves here. And next turn we'll have so much mana. I can't even count that high. Just kidding, it's 8, but it's still very high. Now let's see what they're going to do with their Search for Azcanta deck. Okay, well, let's start with a Storm the Festival. Don't have a counterspell. Okay, alright, it's on. Alright, Nykthos, Nykthos, Nykthos. Nykthos. No! Alright, key. We have a counterspell! And we can cast it off Paradise. No, it adds different kind of mana, but I'm still gonna get counterspell. That'll be helpful next turn as long as we don't get Wrath this turn. I can't do anything because it adds an extra green, so I'm just gonna attack. No! Shark Typhoon! Okay, a little punish there, but as long as we can untap with counterspell and stuff next turn, Key to the Archive cards are so fun, y'all. No Wrath. Yes, they're dead. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9 mana. No, you keep that key tapped. 6, Storm. You want to counter it? Nah. Counter it. That is so sweet. All right, we got Kiora, we got Nykthos, or we got this. Now all we're doing is looking for Nykthos. I want to see a Nykthos. Come on. All right, we can untap a land though, so I can play Old Growth Troll if we have something untapped. Sucks to not have Lair, but there it is. 1 card off. If I would have stacked it the other way, we would have had it. Dang it. All right, I suppose we can untap this. And we'll get in there. Bang. All right, now they're just dead to attackers if they don't have a Wrath. Their deck seems quite slow. Uh-oh. All right. So they could be trying to settle the Wreckage Me. So we want to try to find a way to play around that. So let's start with Key. Counterspell. Demonic Tutor, D-Spark. Alright, I guess Demonic Tutor is kind of cool. This deck is so awesome. Okay, so now we'll go green, green, green. Could try to get Karn. We'll just start with this. Did I already use Kiora? I don't think I did. Which is silly, because I should have. Okay. More green. Yep, now we should use it, just in case that happens again. Then we can Demonic Tutor for another Storm. Why not? We'll do this plus Leyline. Then we have this wrapped up. We'll Demonic Tutor. For another Storm. 6. All right, we can cast this now. That was not great. All right, we can cast it again. Or we can do other shenanigans. Not being able to bring back the spells is kind of unfortunate, so we'll just go like this. Infinite more mana. Sure. All right. Now we will go with the Cauldron. Return this. Return Kiora. Yeah, that was inevitable. We were going to be doing stuff for quite a while. All right, let's play some more. I cannot get enough of this mono green deck, y'all. All right, we're going first. Oh, and we have a leyline draw. Ooh, fan me down. This is a good start. This is like the ideal start. Now, don't kill my Llanowar, and we get to do some really bananas things. Basically, just play our hand on turn 2 besides the storm, so it's not that crazy, but... No, what are you doing? March. They had to exile. They had to 2-for-1 themselves, though. So that's not so bad. And we got another one. All right, now next turn, Kiora. I need a land to go Kiora into Karn. Okay, wait, that might be even better. So Kiora. Okay. Now I can untap this. This adds 4, so that nets us a mana. Yeah, still 1 off from that. That's okay. Karn. Let's get something big. So close to being able to liquid metal. I'm still gonna get it. Because maybe we can pair it next turn and blow up a land. They said nice, didn't they? Thanks. Okay. Well... we're going to start with this. Let's start by... yes! 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 Mono green land destruction! Heck yeah! Woo! Let's play one last game, y'all, to round out this video. That was sweet! Let's go! All right, final game here with this masterpiece of a deck. Okay, no Llanowar elves, but we do have the turn 3 Karn through protection with Paradise Druid, so I'm going to keep this. This hand is not as great, but I have faith. Red. Okay, so Paradise Druid. Now if we top deck a land, we can Cavalier. That is the best play we could be doing for turn 3 with no Llanowar. Okay. Rimrock Knight. Okay. Sweet. All right, we're going to do that. Turn 3 Cavalier. We are doing it. All right, so now we have 6. Oh, well, we can't leave you on that note. I think that one is fun to watch, but we gotta give you another taste. So we're playing one more. All right, for real final one, I may stop this video and go play more Mono Green Devotion, but this is the last one I can do on camera. Eventually, you gotta watch other videos here on the MTG Arena channel. All right, so let's battle. Okay. Thoughtseize. Our hand is kind of Thoughtseize proof, to be honest. What you want to take? What you want to take? That makes sense. Okay, Llanowar. Hopefully they're not a deck that can just kill all our elves and stuff like that, which I'm sure they are. Oh, you left us with Kiora when you had a duress? They must have just drew that. All right. This plus this. All right, do not have an Anger the Gods. No. No. I can breathe. Okay, so do I start with, can I go? Oh, well, at least we'll give you 2 halfy games where our opponents were so demoralized, they didn't even want to play Magic with us anymore. So, all right, gotta love it. Thank you so much for watching another video here on the MTG Arena official YouTube channel. Thank you so much to them and Wizards of the Coast for having me there. If you want to find more content specific to me, you can find me at a couple of different places. First, at Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/CoreyBMTG. You can find me at Patreon, where I have an RC focus testing group to help people qualify for the Pro Tour. That's patreon.com/CoreyBMTG. And of course, you can find me on YouTube, where I upload a decent amount of videos at CoreyBMTG. And if you like all the fancy stuff you see on the screen, you can contract out my editor at david.kyle.west@gmail.com for any of your editing needs. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.